I'm gonna give this a couple seconds to kick in. The title is If Y'all Knew, Y'all Would See. You have statements. When you make certain statements, the statements then reverse back on themselves. So when I say, if y'all knew, y'all could see, I'm also saying, if y'all could see, y'all would know. So somewhere the seers and the knowers need to come together in unity. I got messages back from the OGs about the inmates couldn't come to a conclusion in enough time for us to do an 11-10 prisoners shut the system down. So too many people have doubts about what we doing to recover the land because they don't understand the process of recovering what's already yours. You have to use your own shit to reclaim your shit. You can't use your neighbor's house deed to reclaim the deed to your house. It just don't work. So the thing now is it's not enough of us using our shit, the oral tradition, public domain, autonomous right to be one individual separate from the system, right? Hold on, I gotta do one special. I don't know how this is gonna work. They don't send me that option. Okay. Hey Tiff, you coming in? Give me 1 minute. Let me go around this and then I'm gonna pull you in. Okay, so when you looking at your enemy in your house, this is what we looking at. The enemy in our house. The enemy in our house is telling us, it's not me. I'm not the one. Because see, I got this shit like you and I got this shit like you. So it gotta be them over there. They standing by the door with their coat on trying to leave. But the motherfuckers with this shit and this shit that look like us, it won't let them out the door. So they gotta take the fall. But they ain't taking the fall. So when we call these motherfuckers out, they gotta put their motherfuckers blood shield up. They bloodline shield. The shield to keep us from ever knowing who the fuck the black nobility is. What the fuck a Scottish Rite 32-degree double-headed eagle is. Or a double-headed phoenix is. It's a lot of shit that we not seeing that's right in our face. I be pointing out shit. But I get so tired of pointing out shit because I be like, are they really listening? Because we ain't finna be lynching the wrong motherfuckers and torturing the wrong motherfuckers and then the dirty players get to walk away free. So with that being said, Rothschild does mean blood shield, right? It's Roth shield. Roth is the blood and the shield is the cover. It's a cat's paw. For those who don't understand the cat's paw, it works like this. If I'm calling the shots and I send one of these little guys to shoot you and he shoots you, right? That's my cat's paw because I didn't want to do it myself. I put somebody else up to do it, right? So I use somebody else's hands so my hands stay clean. That's how it works. Now, the game they playing It's a chess game of conjure. Everybody get dumb together. We gonna all be the same dumb. And let's see if one of you motherfuckers can become the master of masters, the self-raised master. Build yourself up from nothing to a valuable asset to your people in your community. Can you do that? So that's what we're dealing with. So in the process, we got to raise the matriarchy because it's the original and proper form of government. Hey, Tiff.
Hey, I'm Brother Rob.
I'm good. How you doing?
Man, I'm on cloud number 9. I've been trying to get to you forever.
Well, shit, I be over here. I don't be ducking nobody or running.
Well, I'm just down the street. I'm in the D.
Oh, shit, you real close. Shit,
Real
you could
close.
pull up on the motherfucker if you really wanted to.
It's so good to be talking to you. First of all, I just want to say thank you. Hey, to all the family. I got a lot to say, but I ain't gonna say a whole lot. But I was listening to one of your videos. You was talking to the sister who is the Oshun. She was the Oshun priestess, and y'all was talking about the closing the conjure ritual. And so this particular day was Halloween, and I was looking out the window, and it's like somebody dropped a hoodie, and I was just like, so I went out and said, it was just big and it had something on it. So I opened the door, and it was a black kitten with a can stuck on his head in front of my neighbor's yard. So I'm a animal lover. I got a pit bull and a chihuahua. So I go outside and I just sat and put my gloves on and took my time pulling the can off of the head of this little kitten. Then he looked at me and just took off running. And I said, okay, what does this mean? Because first of all, I was just totally into the video. And I'm like, why is this happening on Halloween? Every time you come up, it's either a jaguar, a panther, or a black cat. And so I just took it to mean, for me, and I want you to, tell me what you get from it, but I took it to mean I'm still doing my work because I had to really shut down my YouTube, not my Facebook. I was doing readings and things of that nature, and that usually means I'm about to be introduced to my next master teacher, which is you. So what do you think that meant with that?
I'm the master student, sweetie.
Say again.
I said, I'm the master student. I'm just letting y'all cheat off my test.
Well, we appreciate it. Do you have any for that happening on Halloween? And I'm watching y'all video and you talking about the
Excuse me.
You okay?
Yeah, I caught a little bit of chronic.
Uh-oh. Okay, well, all right.
So look, the cats are always the symbol of the priesthood. The black cat specifically, it's sisters on the cat line. The leopard is the priesthood, what we call the common priesthood. Mm-hmm. Once your skill set is so advanced, you're no longer a leopard, you're a black panther now. Or a black jaguar, or a black cougar. You're not common no more, you're rare in the priesthood. The house cat are familiars to wise women because they can see. The cat comes around the women or is drawn to the women that see because it's a familiarity, and that's why they call them familiars, to the energy signature that you operating from.
Okay.
Now, the cat's purr can heal ailments if we're not scared of cats. Mm-hmm. The cat can lay on your chest, and if there's something wrong with you, within a couple of seconds, he'll change the pitch and the frequency and the tone of his purr. Mm-hmm. And that can tell you, if you become familiar enough with him, that can tell you how to read the cat to determine the person's ailment.
Okay.
Right. Now, the fact that the cat had a can on his head, I had like 3 knocks for the can on the head. One was a bear, one was a cat, one was a dog, I think it was, but they all had a can on their head. That's man's carelessness that you rescuing the cat from.
Mm-hmm.
Because cans don't go on cat's head.
Mm-mm.
But a cat will stick his head in the can to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Man put things in cans that animals find savory for food. It's like candy to them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now the cat stumbled into man's calamity.
Okay.
And you served as guardian angel at that moment. So get this book, write it down. I'm give you the name of a
Now,
book.
here, I'm ready.
It's called The African Woman, the Original Guardian Angel by Bara Shango. Barashango.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Okay.
Right. So you are being okay. So before you be a human's guardian angel,
Mm-hmm.
just in case you make mistakes, Mother Nature said, "Well, I'm gonna try you out on a cat, a dog, a bird, and if you can be compassionate enough, loving enough, in remedying whatever she's sending you there for. In this case, taking the can off the cat's head,
Mm-hmm.
right? Then at that point, she'll say, "Okay, you get upgraded now. The next thing I'm gonna send you is gonna be a little harder. You're
Mm-hmm.
gonna have to see what's going on with this infant that can't speak,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody in the room is trying to figure out why the baby won't stop crying.
Mm-hmm.
And you just stumble in there in the room, and for some reason you trust yourself to know that your instincts as a mother tell you, give me that baby so I can stop him from crying. Y'all don't know what y'all doing. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Once you're successful there, that means not only are you actively performing the guardian angel function, but now you tied in on what they call the mother frequency, unconditional love.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So now she say, okay, now your next one is you driving down the street and you see a little kid fall on their bike and somebody acting like they help them trying to throw them in the car, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you jump out in your mother energy, you ain't never thought about your own well-being. You leave that baby alone, motherfucker, before I go upside your goddamn head. Ain't
Mm-hmm.
nobody snatching no kids over here on my watch, right? So
Yeah.
then now the baby, get away from the predator, then you send him home. But where you live at, I'm taking you home myself because ain't nobody finna snatch you on my watch. You take her home, tell her mama what happened. This is what happened. I seen the baby fall down. The man act like, or the lady act like they was gonna help her up, and they try to throw her in the car.
Mm-hmm.
And then the mama like, oh, I'm just so thankful. I'm so thankful. Mother energy to mother energy. Now y'all on page, y'all on the same frequency, and her gratitude upgrades you.
Mm-hmm. And that has happened to me. Like the babies be crying, and I go pick up my little niece from daycare, and so the daycare attendants, they trying with the baby, and the baby just stop crying, and I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? And I don't even have children, but I'm always having somebody's baby. You know what I'm saying? I always have children, and it's like a
That make
doc.
a big difference too,
Mm-hmm.
because now not only are you going to end up with your own family, but you training. That's
Mm-hmm.
all your training program. The kind of mother you want to be. Those are the things that that you practicing now.
Mm-hmm.
So once you get to have your child, not only is you gonna
Brother
be
Rod is
a
47.
what that mean?
I don't have a kid in my 50s.
And Sarah was 96.
You are correct.
All right. So now it's up to you.
Mm-hmm.
You might want to adopt,
Mm-hmm.
right? But it's up to you. It's up to what your best life tells you. Your
Mm-hmm.
best life is written in your heart. The
Mm-hmm.
only way to get through it is to get past the muck and the mire, the black goo, to the heart of gold. And
Mm-hmm.
then you can read it like you're reading a book.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't got nothing to do with your age.
Mm-hmm.
It got something to do with your unfolding as a person. As you unfold, your journey unfolds for you,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Yes.
the mystique of it all, the beauty of it all comes in the fact that I never knew my life could turn out like this,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm so glad it did. At that point, you won the game.
Mm-hmm.
That's the winner's circle.
That's crazy because I
When
have.
you can,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
when you can get into that energy and you can be in pure gratitude at how your life turned out with all of the obstacles you've been through,
Mm-hmm.
that's the winner's circle.
Okay. Mm. And it's crazy because I got a pit bull, I got a blue pit, and I got a chihuahua. I feed the birds. I always fed the cats. Always feeding stray cats. I love, 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 love animals, and I love children. You know what I'm saying? But I just didn't have them, and I'm okay with that. But if it happens, I guess you know what I'm saying. Just never saw myself having a
It
baby.
don't always have to be in your best life scenario to have your own children. Some people are better at assisting other people
Mm-hmm.
with their struggle
Mm-hmm.
than to manifest their own struggle to overcome.
And that's what. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You might not want to be the one that had carry the baby and had go through the labor pains and get the stretch marks. You might want to be the one that hold her hand as a sister and
Mm-hmm.
pat her head, telling you, "Don't worry, you're gonna make it through this. It's just gonna hurt for a minute,
Mm-hmm.
but that baby coming."
It's we so linked, Brother Rob, because it's like my sister asked me to be in the room with her when my niece was being born. And right before she was about to be, had on all my gear or whatever, she was getting a cesarean. And I don't get up with hospitals. So I'm just like, I knew she had me there for protection. So I go in, right before I'm going in, they call all over the loudspeaker, Dr. Lakshmi, please come in. Please come to whatever room. I was like, oh my God. So I'm ready to get in there. And so I was the first one to hold my niece. And so I took my niece from the nurse and made sure she was next to my sister. And for as long as I could, because they was just looking, they were looking mad, irritated that I was even in the room. But oh well, you know what I'm saying? I made sure she stayed close to my sister. And just all these scenarios you're saying, like you saying you eat with the grits with the rice and the sugar, like we a straight family. You know what I'm saying? Like everything you be saying, I be finishing your sentences. But this is another question. I don't want to hold too long because I know other people want to get on, but just let me ask this one. So doing my readings and channeling and things of this nature, Nip came to me when he died. They terminated my YouTube channel the same day he died, and I didn't know
Okay,
who Nip.
he ain't dead. His character, the
Okay.
character Nipsey Hussle exited when he returned. He Haile Selassie.
Yes.
He's Ermias Ashkadan Selassie, King of Kings, Lord of Lords.
Yes. So what are we picking? What am I pick? So when I'm picking up on the channels, because they're very accurate, and it seems like everything he's told me, you're saying as far as coming back for the children who've been, murdered and killed and ritualistic. He said all of this, and so it's like, where if he's still
He
here?
is a master of masters. He's psychic to the ninth power.
Okay.
And anybody who has love for him that's genuine, he can
Mm-hmm.
talk to him like I'm talking to you now,
Right.
except you just won't have the phone.
Right. 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 And that's how it because I'm like, what am I tapping into when I heard you say he's still, here? I'm like, well, what am I tapping into? Because it's
He's
accurate.
highly psychic. So
Mm-hmm.
what the masters do, Tupac did it, and anybody that heard the song, I came to bring the pain hardcore to the brain. Let's go inside my astral plane. He was creating what you call a egregore reservoir off to the side from everything else.
Mm-hmm.
That means that if you can tap into this energy that he's putting out in that song, that you will be able to directly talk to him telepathically. Some people he'll have to talk to him in dreams because they got so much clutter in a waking mind they can't hear him.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
the ones who can turn the clutter down, you can hear Tupac just like I'm talking to you.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you somebody who gets on my nerves.
Mm-hmm.
The boy Triple X.
I don't know who that is.
XX Tentacion. He's supposed to got killed a couple of years ago in Florida. But he keep calling me bro every time he come through. And that's for some reason. But that's because that's how I'm supposed to know it's him.
Okay. Yes.
Because I never listened to his music and I only seen like a couple of snippets of his interviews. I don't know nothing about him.
Okay.
So when it get on my nerves and I start complaining about him, getting on my nerves, keep calling me bro,
Mm-hmm.
then the people that's tied into that frequency with him, no,
Mm-hmm.
bro, that's how he talk.
Yeah.
He talk like that,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
right? Because
Yeah.
if I won't never vex the grievance, can't nobody answer for him to confirm that it's a valid psychic connection.
Mm-hmm.
But soon as I say this motherfucker getting on my nerves, keep calling me bro, then in the comments, his loyalists, they know who the fuck he is,
Mm-hmm.
and they know he's a chief. He's a three-feather chief.
Oh wow. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so they know that he can come through, and they looking for the channel, and then certain ones he'll tell ahead of time, and they'll be waiting for me to do a live. I don't know nothing about this shit. That's him and his people. But
Okay.
when I start saying, okay, this boy getting on my nerves, keep calling me fucking bro. I ain't your fucking bro, right? And they laugh, and it's funny to them because they
Mm-hmm.
know his character and they know that it's harmless. But I know he getting on my nerves. The
Mm-hmm.
reason why it has to get on my nerves is for me to complain about it so that one of his loyalists can say, oh shit, that's him.
Okay.
That's how he talk.
Right.
He
Right.
don't mean nothing by it. Don't get mad at him. Keep listening.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gave me the whole rundown on Empire Records
Okay.
and how they was trying to get the dead celebrity status money
Mm.
and the deals he made to come to the Americas with what we call them the Arab Mafia.
Okay.
That's the guy that owned Empire.
Oh wow. Okay.
So he had 5 artists and he's behind on his quota, so now he owed more artists.
Mm.
He was supposed to come in and knock him down fast, but he didn't. Didn't nobody fuck with him like that,
Okay.
right?
Right.
But his big deal was Lafi.
Mm.
But he collected the life insurance, but the energy didn't switch in the spirit realm because she ain't physically departed from the physical world. She had Sabi Ranch.
Yes. Yes.
She told Sabi she wasn't coming back till this shit was over with. And he said, well, we got to figure out a way to keep you down here. And she
Mm.
said, well, call the minister because he helped Tupac.
Mm. Wow.
So Farrakhan said, keep her down there. And they ain't got no way to know she ain't dead.
Mm.
We could sit at the morgue until somebody come along that resemble her.
Yes.
And then we make the call to Sabi. Hey, Sabi, there's a girl down here about the same height, size as Left Eye. It's time to pull the plug on that character
Mm-hmm.
so she can be Lisa Lopez again.
Yes. So what?
Right? A simple girl
Mm-hmm.
with a simple life that
Yes.
makes her heart happy.
Mm.
Right?
Yes.
There's one problem. She said my baby sister, I can't leave her. So they staged the whole plane crash, and nobody didn't never notice that the plane crash was a training site for plane crashes because of the tracks around it shows you all of the traffic that's been going on around this site for years.
So you saying her sister? You saying Aaliyah?
Yep.
Okay.
That
Okay.
she called Leah her baby sister.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just between like her, probably the girls from TLC might know that she always called Aaliyah her baby sister before they even met. She used to always be like, that's my baby sister.
But I always like when Aaliyah passed, she felt that I took that one the hardest because she felt like my baby. She felt like one of my babies. I got 5 sisters. She felt.
She's sitting right down there with Left Eye on
Mm-hmm.
Sadie Ranch.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
And like right now, they watching this shit laughing their ass off. They talking about ain't nobody gonna believe that nigga.
Mm-hmm. Mm. So Rob, this is Brother Bobby. Before he stopped teaching, he said, "We don't know how we gonna get out of this." Right? He didn't have to. He took us as far as he could take us. So now the whole conscious community or whatever. So you come with the answers. You come with everything. Why in the hell ain't everybody jumping? This is what we've been waiting for. What in the fuck is wrong with everybody? We supposed to be, I mean, everybody got these huge platforms, all this stuff. I mean, how can you not get on board and just rap? I mean, this is what we've been waiting for. What is the problem? What's wrong with us? We want to keep getting jobs and buying cars and working within this system. I don't get it. I'm very disappointed in spiritual people who still trying to hold on to this and not getting behind this movement. Why is that? Like, how you go through all this learning, you becoming conscious, you learning all this stuff for a reason, and we get to the finish line and you stalling. You don't want to pass the baton. I don't get that. I'm who want to stay in this? I'm very disappointed.
The motherfuckers that put you in this position look like you, but they ain't you.
I get that.
These motherfuckers will wrap their whole family around you just to keep you from coming under this condition. They gonna send everybody they got lock, stock, and barrel. So when I come and tell y'all what's going on, you're not supposed to accept it.
That don't make sense. I mean, this is what we've been waiting for.
Miseducation of the Negro.
So we just want to keep sounding spiritual and sounding smart and playing this game. And
they all masturbating. They feel good and then ain't producing shit.
But we gonna flip. And they gonna
it's gonna happen whether they wanted to or not. Cause Big Mama got limits to everything.
Yes.
Now that I didn't put in all this work, she ain't gonna, okay, motherfuckers, y'all gonna sit there and twiddle your motherfucking thumbs, and when it's too late, it's just gonna be too late. I did everything I had to do to show y'all who the enemy is, where they came from,
yes,
how they got here, how they infiltrated us, how they deceived us into believing that somebody else was the enemy, while they stand next to us saying kill Whitey. All the time, these niggas is free white persons in law, and they the ones telling Whitey step on them niggas' neck.
Right.
Right? Because the white man ain't fucking white. He's just from Europe. He's just a nigga from Europe. But he ain't really from there because he ain't got no home nowhere on the planet. That's why he get kicked out everywhere he fucking go. Who does that?
Right.
Right? Everywhere he go, he come in. They let him in the door because he look presentable. But it don't be long before they say, this nigga got to go. He ain't paying no bills. He just lay up on the couch, farting all goddamn day when I got company, scratching his balls and watching TV in the middle of the day. Got no goddamn job. Don't want no job. Get mad if I suggest a job. This nigga got to go. Every fucking time. So what they do? They start putting the motherfucker between you and them. So you kicking the wrong motherfucker out the house, and they helping you kick them out.
Yep.
Yeah, get rid of them motherfuckers. They gotta go, and this motherfucker the problem.
Yep. And I came across that information just when I had my first channel on Tiffany Messenger, and all the people who would be coming to me, all of a sudden I can feel the spells, I can feel all this energy, and I was like, wait a minute, this is us doing this, because what, nobody else fucking with me or bothering me or trying to hurt me until I really stepped into my power, right? And it's all of it. Now, I don't have one conscious friend at all. It may start out like we cool, but I tell you, I'm always by myself. It always end up me being by myself because people be on some
Yeah, cause
bullshit.
most of them people be saying they conscious. They learned a couple of fancy words, and once you get familiar with them, you know they don't know shit. And
Right,
then when you call them on it, now you the problem.
right.
But as long as you don't see through their bullshit, they right there feeding it to you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, Brother Rod, I thank you. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm gonna be back on the live now that I know what to do. Um, but hey, I'm in the D. You need anything, you let me know. I got your back, whatever. I love you. I appreciate you. I appreciate your platform. I love how you, like, when your people call, they be on their shit. They know they shit. You never talk down to your audience. I mean, it feels good to be a part of this. It feels good to have found y'all. And I'm home. So it's going down in real time. And them people who don't want to do the flip, they gonna get flipped. So much love to you, brother. I will see you next. I will see you on the next live.
Okay, thank you, sweetie.
All right. Okay. Bye-bye.
Yeah, got you.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that it would be of any benefit for me to talk down on anybody and trying to lift them up, right? So I'd rather
Good
big people
evening.
up. Hey, beloved, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you, big brother?
Pretty good.
I'm at work.
Where you calling from? What city?
Greensboro, North Carolina.
Kakalaki in the building.
You already know, bro. You already know. I'm at work about to get off. It's raining over here. I'm over here at the college. So, HBCU. I was calling to just say thank you so much. You know, I had a friend of mine that another sister turned me on to you about a year ago because it just broadened my horizon about awakening on everything. So it really like kicked the door down. It was like, yo, here you go, bam, big brother, everything. You just, you know what I'm saying? Open everything. So I greatly appreciate it because I've been the black sheep in my family, always been the one since I was 4 to see dead people, speak to people in dreams, give a message out, but it's always been shunned upon, like, yo, you're not the one that's supposed to be doing this, this is that, you know, all of that. So I tucked it away. But lately, now, it's been like the volume turned up. I've been sitting here reading people's minds, telling people stuff, or just out the blue. You know what I'm saying? And it's like crazy. You know what I'm saying? So when I inboxed you earlier, like the other night, I had a dream, and it's like, yo, I see Ishu. Well, I hear Ishu's name in the background, and I see a dude with a top hat with like a red strap, and then he had a railroad track because I live by a railroad track, and then it was like a leg bar, you know what I'm saying, Ogun. I'm like, what? But I have Oshun in my room. I have a Batala down there, Yemoja, segment, you know what I'm saying, my ancestors, all of that. So, you know what I'm saying, just taking it step by step, and I just
If
wanted to
you
get some
if you
understanding.
have all of the Orishas, make sure that they all facing Obatala. They all gotta face the Great Father, or they gonna be fighting with each other. That's gonna fuck your energy
Um,
field up. So they got to.
okay.
So you gotta make sure they facing the Great Father, because the Great Father is there to keep them in line, so Mama don't have to deal with them.
Right. Okay, because I have Yemoja. She's in front of him, but I have Oshuns in my room. So, I mean, I'm
Look,
learning as I go.
a lot of people don't know it. You put the wrong two of them niggas together, them niggas would be fighting all over your room, and you'll be like, "What the fuck is this going on?" Like two niggas fighting
Well, I don't
in
want
your
nobody
room.
fighting. I'm not.
Yeah, so that's why they
No,
gotta
they.
have, that's why they gotta have a disciplinarian there. Make sure that Obatala got his staff. And if you have all of the, that's why everybody is assigned a altar with their particular ancestor on it, so that they don't have Legba and Ogun kicking each other ass.
Right.
And
But
then
I don't have an altar of gold issue in it. I don't.
right, but you
I
said
don't.
you was
I,
describing that you had all of these ancestors there together.
right.
And
Well, they all in separate rooms. And they all
mm,
in separate rooms. Like I said, Oshun's in my bedroom. In my living room, I have Yemoja and Obatala. And then downstairs, I have my ancestors.
mm.
So I have a
But
split level
it
home.
might have been for you to tell me that to get the message to somebody else that can't understand why these niggas is fighting in their room.
Mm.
It didn't necessarily have to be your message or mine.
Right, because they told me that's where they wanted to be. I asked them before I set my altars up. I was like, well, where y'all want to go? Tell me where you
Yeah.
want to be. And they
Don't
told me.
don't none of them warriors need to be close to each other because you will literally feel their energy fighting in your room. It'll feel like
Yeah, because they've been,
it'll feel like two grown ass men in your room fighting and you can't see them.
right. No, they ain't in my bedroom. They ain't in my bed. I got Oshun in my bedroom, honey. I had to sit it
Yeah, that's the
down once
best place
everybody
to have
started.
Oshun, the sweet water, cause that's that good loving. That's that good loving,
Yeah,
that good money, that good honey. Make the bees happy, the hummingbirds happy, the bears happy.
absolutely. Yeah. So like I said, I mean, I was just trying to figure it out. I'm like, well, why are they coming? Why are you coming to me? 'Cause I just been having dreams for a while, like on some X-Men Avengers shit, where like what was that? The Enders game, the last Avengers joint, where like I had thing on turned around into some type of storm joint, and I got all the dang on Orishas behind me. I got like I see water, I see, but we in space. I see the Moors, I see the Giants, I see the Quads, I see everybody. We just standing there posted, just looking in space or another dimension, just like
You
posted.
you
Red.
read that's the origin of the tarot card, what you describing, because you reading postures and positions. When ain't nothing moving and everybody standing still, you're supposed to read it in frames like a tarot card.
And I just recently picked up tarot. I started doing that about a couple months ago, and I just been spot on. And then now, lately, I haven't been using my cards. I could just be sitting here riding on the bus speaking to my children.
That
Right here, they
explains
just not
why
my
your
children.
that explains why your dream is like that, because you're still practicing in your subconscious. Your
Really.
higher self is still practicing to read the tarot and it's
Mhm.
communicating with you the progress.
Right. Oh. Okay. So,
But like you ain't been
like,
able to do it, but that don't mean your higher self your higher self got the cards dedicated to memory the first time you seen them.
right,
Right?
because like when I seen this, like I know this, but I don't. And then lately, like another light switch came on. Like 3 weeks ago, we had, since you were speaking about Mardi Gras here. If you heard of, I can't say the HBCU name, but we have like a big, like we shut down the city, and like everybody, their mama, ancestor come out, everybody they here, and we haven't had it in 3 years because of of what's been going on. So this year, and I just felt the energy of love, family. Like I felt, what I'm saying, Big Mama home. She, what I'm saying, she tapped in on me. It was like, hey, baby, this I need you to this whatever and plug in. And then like 2 days later, I'm up here. I can read people's minds, their thoughts. I'm up here just sitting here riding the bus, speaking to students, and then I'm like, hey, what's going on with you? And to tell them, and they're like, well, how did you know that? I'm like, I'm telling you. I don't know. I just hear it. So it's like, okay, another switch, another level, and this is without the cards.
Mm-hmm. You going through your higher self initiating you um by continuing your training while you go about your day-to-day life and then giving you a report in your dreams. It's a psychic self-initiation.
So that's what it is. Because, like I said, I've been able to speak to those that have already transitioned over since I was 4 years old. So I've been
Mm-hmm.
having to give out messages and stuff, like family members or whatever, things like that. They like, well, tell this person this and that, and 2 weeks later it happened. And they'll look at me, well, how do you know that? I'm like, it was in a dream. So now it's just turned all the way up to what I see now because I accepted it compared to running from it. which has been the so-called taboo. And then, you know, it is what it is. I accept me for me. I love y'all that are real, because I've been over here telling people, I'm like, look, you fake, forget you. I ain't got time. You a snake. You a parasite. You know what I'm saying? Just sitting here, just not saying it, but just feeling it and reading it, and just like, yo, you know what? I gotta keep it moving, because this is not my purpose right here to keep working this. I got other things to do. I take care of these students up here, make sure they straight, and keep it 100 with them, and they was like, yo, thank you. We appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to make sure they straight and put them on. Because I'm like, y'all not getting this over here in this hell that they call school. So who going to do it? You know what I'm saying? Fuck a patient.
I'm anti-public education, so
I know.
I
Me
already
too.
know it's a brainwash, 12-step brainwash camp to detox you from thinking. You know, so I already know. And then I know they use the schools, the children going to and from schools is how they pick who they're going to take.
Right,
they watch
absolutely.
them sometimes for years until they develop to where they want them at.
Right, this is the college level. I'm at the college level.
It don't matter.
So, I know.
They still watching them. They still getting them, making them make deals to surrender the rest of their life for the benefit of their order.
I know. I've seen it. Like I said, I've seen what I've seen, and it's like, are you serious? You know what I'm saying? I have to take a step back, and it's like, this is crazy. Somebody got to speak to these babies and let them know what's really going on. So those that gravitate to me, you know what I'm saying, I go on and throw them jewels to them. And that way they can really see it for what it is. For the remainder, ain't nothing I can do. Everybody can't go. And like you said, all folk ain't kin folk. And everybody don't need to know everything, because everybody ain't everybody what you think that they are. So I'm with you. I'm with you all day. So
we got to stop judging by skin color and start realizing that it's people with good character with different skin colors. Stand up motherfuckers that's gonna back you up, because that's one of the tools they use to tear us down. So we got to overcome that shit.
You absolutely right, because like I said,
all of the known prejudices is manufactured evils given to men by nefarious beings. A lot of the stuff that I see us do now, I never remembered in none of my past incarnations us doing this dumbass shit.
Right.
Now, I know that from experience of lifetimes that the only way you can be as dumb as the human is being right now, somebody have to teach you to be dumb, because you can't be born and not and automatically be that dumb. Somebody
because you innocent.
Yeah, somebody got to teach you to be dumb.
Right, and that's why I said I embrace all shades, no matter whatever color you are. But it's that intuition. If it tell you, you know what I'm saying, if it ain't cool, don't rock with it. If it's good, right? I don't see no color. I don't see color. I love everybody. You treat me right, I treat you. But it's just too many like Kyrie and Kanye pulling them out. Same thing over here, pulling them out.
When they get done, look. When Kyrie and Kanye get done, them niggas gonna look like us. The people they fight with, they see what they doing right now. The pressure is starting to make the blood shield run for cover.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna pull the blanket back, and somebody's ass gonna be out in the open.
Right. We already know. You just feel it. You know, it's we just in a whole nother understanding. You know what I'm saying? And people, enough is enough. That's just what it is. Enough is enough. Everybody's tired. We tired. We ready to get it popping, which we've been getting it popping, and just move forward. So I'm with it all day. And I just ain't got time for the bullshit. So just be honest. I got 3 sons, 3 grandbabies. I'm holding down my family. I'm bringing back the dang on family together. As you said, bringing back the family, let it go and all of that. Doing what I got to do to make sure everybody that they straight. That's what I can do. But ain't nobody got time for the bullshit or the
So
you dirty, stay over there. You cool?
At some point, somebody in the family have to value the family enough to make the ones put the petty differences aside and reunite the family. Because
That's
we can
it.
always, we can find, I mean, every day we can find another excuse to cut off another family member.
Right. And
But when
it's
we'll start
ridiculous.
finding excuses to forgive and move forward because we ain't all squeaky clean ourselves.
Right. Right. Because I mean, I'm the one in the family that's on all sides, like doing the genealogy, bringing out the history, you know what I'm saying, plugging everybody in. Like, hey, we need to come together, y'all. We need to do this. I mean, because we got too many elders that's going, you know what I'm saying, that's already transitioning, and you know what I'm saying, all of that. So, you know, they was like, yo, all right, well, go ahead, do this, put this together, make sure everybody's straight, and we can all reconnect and go from there. So that's what I did. So
Yeah.
I done
So,
did my part as much as I can.
yeah, that's why I reiterate a lot of my videos. I talk about people meeting somebody in their
No,
families that they never had a chance to talk to or have a relationship with, call and have a conversation. Right. The reason why I do
absolutely.
that is there's a lot of up and coming matriarchs and chiefs up under us watching these videos. So I don't give a
Mm-hmm.
fuck if motherfucker don't never do nothing I say, as long as the youth get to hear the structure of how to reconstruct the family, they got a blueprint to work from. Ain't nobody
Right.
giving them a blueprint. Ain't nobody telling them how, okay, you need a family banker. You need a family physician in the family, right? You
Yeah.
need
Mm-hmm.
a family firm
Yeah.
that's focused on the needs of the family in their production.
Right.
Don't nobody know to tell the youth, you know what I'm saying, what to do, let alone help them to get it done. I'm here to do it all. I'm here to do it all, but
Absolutely.
the problem is ain't enough of us know this yet. We ain't reached enough at the grassroots yet.
No, we haven't.
The
No,
leadership
we
know what's
haven't.
going on, but the average Joe don't.
No, they don't. No. I'm just ready for this shit to be over with so we can just move forward and just continue. You know what I'm saying? It's just enough is enough. But I got hope. I got love. I got light. I love people. I love all my people. I love you. I love everybody else that's true and that's real in the game. You know what I'm saying? So let's just get it. Continue to do what we do, and we just move forward. I just wish love and light on everybody out here. You know what I mean? And just get right. That's it. Do what we do. We all connect. It
Yeah.
is what it is.
You
But
keep
that's
cackalacky
pretty much
saying,
all. You already know. And I got geeky in me too all day. That's my father's side. So we get very, very transparent.
oh yeah,
Get
y'all.
mad, turn blue. Oh yeah.
Everybody pushing to the front. So I'm gonna take
Yeah. It
another.
comes to.
I'm gonna take
Go
another one in.
ahead.
I'm gonna let you drop down, okay?
All right. Love y'all. Stay up. Peace. Thank you, bro. Continue to do what you do. Thank you.
Okay, sweetie. You know, sometimes I take a conversation. It don't necessarily be what I'm talking about at the time. I might go off on a little branch. That little branch might give somebody watching a piece of information that they needed, that Big Mama sent them to get. So I always oblige the little branches that steer off of the conversation. One day I was crying. Hey, hey, hey. Is you hiding over there?
Oh, hi. Okay, let me switch. Okay, let me switch. There.
Oh, you had your camera was reversed.
Yes. I was cleaning, cleaning up.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm so happy to be acquainted with you. It's my first time calling in,
Yep. Where
and I
you
have
at?
some.
Where you at? Where you from?
I'm San Antonio, Texas.
Longhorn State.
Yeah.
Everything
Yeah,
bigger in Texas.
everything. I got some questions for you though.
Okay, let's go.
Um, I was listening to some of your previous videos,
Mm-hmm.
and you mentioned something about um, the flip or the switch.
Mm-hmm.
Can you elaborate on that? Because I remember you said something about like the grid going down. I've heard this several times before,
It's
but
the
that was the first.
it's the electromagnetic earth grid. They call it the resonance is called Schumann resonance,
Hmm.
right? Which is the frequency.
Right.
Okay. Shu is a masculine deity, the
Okay.
god of moisture. Men is M-I-N. Men is a male deity of virility, a sex god.
Okay.
Do you see any problem with that frequency at this point?
Uh, it doesn't seem like it goes together. They're like two. They're not similar. Um,
Would it be better if it was a masculine, feminine balance instead of too masculine?
Absolutely, and that would bring balance. That would bring balance in the grid, in the whole orchestration of how
Okay.
it's
When we
designed or set up. So I think
the
so. Absolutely.
okay, so now the guy Shu has a wife, and they call
Okay.
her Tefnut. So the
Tough.
proper frequency is the Shu Tefnut frequency.
Okay.
But they flipped the grid, which is an electromagnetic grid that surrounds the earth.
Right.
It's the layout in which the atmosphere accumulates around.
Okay. Yeah. And I've seen Collide speak about that,
Hmm.
and so I've been watching that. So, but
Big up to the brother Kalai. Everybody send Kalai shout out. Much love to the brother Kalai because he be doing his job relentlessly.
yeah. Yeah. So that's one thing, I wanted to know, like, how should we start to prepare for this? But because I've been hearing about this grid going down since 2020.
Okay,
And
what the grid is talking about is not the grid I'm talking about.
oh,
The grid they
oh,
talking about is the grid that that is the system. It's talking about your political system, your economic system, your governmental system, your legal system. All of those work together to form another grid.
okay. Well,
That's called
mhm,
the false grid, the grid of an illusion,
okay,
right?
which is the
It's the false
matrix.
grid. That's the veil.
Okay,
The veil is to keep you from seeing the inner workings of the thing, which in this case is Mother Earth.
okay,
If the woman, which is one with Mother Earth and is the first to spring forth as Mother Earth through Mother Earth,
hmm,
incarnate in the form of a human, becomes aware of the right frequency that the earth is supposed to be on,
hmm,
they immediately go on a campaign to start changing the frequency. So the artificial grid's job is to create a hologram in the mind that will mislead you away from rediscovering who you are and your relation to Mother Earth, right?
okay, hmm,
Well, if when one of y'all understand it, you immediately send a signal out and it psychically rationalizes it for 1,000 others. So to heal one is to heal 1,000. It's a chain reaction.
okay. I can see that. Um,
Y'all
I
all
can.
looking at the same angle of the
Mhm.
problem. Y'all are in
Right.
alignment already. Only thing I have to do is get one of y'all to see straight, and it'll straighten everybody else's vision in the line out,
Hmm.
right? So
But
now your ability to be able to use your imagination to visualize a false matrix inside of the natural grid,
hmm
and then you begin to realign all of the minds that you're on the same channel with. Just like a radio. If I can show you at the radio station, everybody that's in reception of the radio wave gets the signal of what song we about to play next.
okay. So there are two essential grids: the economy grid and the electrical grid. So structural changes is going to happen to both grids.
Okay, so when they talk about the grid collapsing, they
Hmm.
talking about the social construct being held together by the banking system is falling.
Right.
And when the banking system falls,
Hmm.
everybody panics about the money they got in the bank.
Hmm.
The side effect is businesses who stored up wealth in the banks become bankrupt instantly.
Correct.
So they
Money is
all
worth
got to
it.
shut their doors now.
Right. And
Okay.
okay, so the doors would be shut.
Okay. Now, the other
But
grid
right.
is there's something that the intelligence networks of the world use called rolling blackouts.
Right.
Right. The
Hmm.
preparation is for the computers, the computerized everything. Everything that's tied to the computer run through the internet.
Yes.
The internet was created by the United States military to pass messages around the world, and they still own this shit.
Correct.
Okay, now, when the military get ready to announce that the government has been successfully switched over to the new regime, they tell each other in distant places just by cutting off a light switch. But the light switch shuts the lights off in a series of rolling blackouts over a period of time.
Okay. So you're saying that with this blackout, this is not necessarily a positive thing for us. For is that not necessarily a positive thing for us? Meaning that
It's just a
that.
signal. It's about as much positive or negative as you turning off the light before you go to bed at night.
Mhm. But you're saying it's a signal for that the government is giving out worldwide that they are coming together under one world rulership or something. Is that not what you're
We're
saying?
going back to a matriarchal form of government.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. So that's what I'm interested in. That's why I'm getting a little confused in. I'm trying to understand, is it that this new rulership or this new direction that we're going, is this the direction that there for original, the way that we're supposed to live, or is this direction that's the one world government by
The
the new world
Illuminati.
order? Yeah.
Okay, so the Illuminati's been overthrown. The Illuminati, they dead in the water. The deep state is who we talking about.
Exactly, and I understand they're overthrown, but
Hold
the
on,
power that they have. Okay,
let me
I'm
finish.
sorry. All right.
Until it's announced
Mm-hmm.
that the new regime is in power, the matriarch is back in power,
Uh-huh.
we continue with the business as if the matriarch not in power.
Correct.
We
Okay,
know
so.
that the transitions is taking place,
Mm-hmm.
but what we don't know is when Big Mama gonna say, "Here I am."
Okay.
Okay, now we do know that we watching the banks fall. We watching artificial trading on Wall Street because they were the entirety of Wall Street. This is called I'm Back. I missed something from Mama. And so I'm going to give people a minute to come in. But I was sitting here and it was like something is missing. I'm not telling the people something that's a critical piece of information need to get out. And I think I know what it is. I think I have to clarify how the system grid is different from the earth grid. And the women of the earth is tied to the earth grid. But the social grid, that's the creation, is the matrix. That's the illusion of life within your life. Because they have you working to maintain the system, but you're not working to build anything legacy-wise. It's not giving you the opportunities to see beyond this insurance, mortgage, estate, settlement, debt. The illusion, the conclusion of the illusion can only be derived from exposure to the illusion. Saturation with the illusion becomes blind to even be able to see it anymore. Because once you saturated with it, it's all the way through and through. So you need somebody who didn't never fit into that system in order to see the aberrant nature of that system, so that you understand why it's a fraud to begin with. Earlier, the sister was in the video, and I was leading off to other topics because it was information that she was dangling for or knocking for that would give clarification on so many different levels of different things. Then the other sister came in on the grid. She's trying to understand this grid system falling. So I'm explaining to her different grids. Just flipping, the flipping of the electromagnetic grid of the earth makes the energy frequency of the earth readjust the organisms of the earth on a balanced frequency. While we operating right now in a double masculine polarity, those is repulsive to each other. So those repulsions have to give way to what's naturally attractive. And this is how we raise in the matriarchy is we getting to the point where the wisest ones contribute the most information to the conclusion, because we solving the problems that we created as we went through this last cycle called the Piscean Age. The universal law mandates that at the close of every age that all of the things that you did have to be refreshed for the next generation, the next system, the next frequency wave. We going from the Piscean age of believing shit that a motherfucker told us to an Aquarian age knowing what a motherfucker showed us. Right? So we ain't got to believe that shit no more. We see that shit now. Right? So when they say, well, show me an example of the niggas behind the scenes, we already know they call themselves Zionists. But we don't know that they call themselves Moors. So I show them to y'all. They did that shit. I wasn't born yet. I wasn't born when none of the pictures was taken. And then I looked at the Noble Drew Ali picture, and we the many, they the few. Not only are they the few, they masquerading as us. Then they hiding behind somebody don't look like us. So now you got rabbis starting to say, well, look, that motherfucker's behind the ADL. That's a whole nother ball game. We don't fuck with them motherfuckers like that. I mean, shit, we just converted to this shit. Them the real deal with this motherfucking bullshit. So now we looking at how are we going to know? Well, this is how we know. We watch it unfold. As it unfolds, it's like, okay, there go that part. And there go that part. This shit ain't no prophecy, nigga. This is a plan. And you can pass the plan off as a prophecy if you want to. But the execution of the plan has been flawless with no mother. Everybody has been what they say in the military, high and tight. These motherfuckers did they shit to the maximum capacity of doing dirt. Without you never seeing who they was. That's not easy. Remember, the mafia, the five families, the Italian mob in New York got to answer to somebody in Sicily. They got to answer to some motherfuckers that live in Sicily. Go back to the movie The Godfather when Sonny, the hot-head, red-haired son, was telling Don Corleone, he was like, fuck the niggas, some backwards rock throwing. And he slapped him upside the head and say, psh, they was just saying that shit about us a couple 100 years ago, nigga, before we got lightened up a little bit over here in the Americas. But when you go back over there to Sicily, them motherfucking niggas look like niggas. It's just what it is. More is just the Greek way of saying nigga, which is the Latin way of saying black, which is the legalese way of saying dead. Right? So, take sole jurisdiction of the living and the dead, you have to take charge of Galactic Council C50, but you can't because that's my spot. So, I just moved to a superior jurisdiction to claim the right in order to motherfucking restore the balance. If you put a car together properly, it should run the way it was designed to run. Earth was designed to run with a matriarchal government. So, bring up the matriarchal government. Oust these rogue patriarchs with this rape campaign, energy sucking ass bullshit, harvesting adrenochrome and body parts and selling organs on the black market for absorbent amounts of money while we acting like this shit not even taking place. If it don't happen in my house, it can't be happening in real life. Exclude the possibility and you increase the probability, because if a motherfucker believe that you don't believe they gonna do this to you, that's exactly what they gonna do to you. Them motherfuckers don't have no compassion. They don't have no motherfucking understanding of people going through a struggle. Right? But I'm gonna take 2 people, and then I gotta go get ready because I got Brother Rich Patreon channel to go to at 9:00. So I might because I gotta roll me up some shit before the end. So I'll probably let this one. I'm gonna take these 2 callers, and if we'll figure it out. Let me see. Yeah, I'm over here doing my little chiefing, so I be saying some shit kind of sometime. Hey, hey, hey.
Hello,
How you doing?
I'm well, and you?
I'm doing well. Where you calling from?
Delaware.
Delaware?
Yes, Delaware.
What part of Delaware you at?
I'm by the ocean.
You know where Seaford at?
I do.
Yeah, I used to stay in Seaford. I used to stay in Georgetown.
Really? I am from Laurel.
It's all right up in there together. I used to work at the chicken factory.
What year? Like,
Um,
my father and my mother met at the chicken factory, like Mount Air, Purdue,
I was at Townsend.
Raphael.
Um, I don't remember.
No?
But
Okay.
it was back in like 80, 89 when I
Okay.
worked there.
You might have passed. Wow. This is interesting. Interesting. Yeah, you might have known my father,
Who is he?
Raphael Gray.
I might, but I know the Rodriguez family.
Okay. No.
Um, they stayed in Seaford. My
Wow.
brother-in-law is from up there, and that's how I ended up there working.
Okay. All right. Well, my father's people are originally from Georgia, Florida way. So yeah, came up here picking fruit.
Yep.
It's a long time to talk to you.
What you want to talk about?
I guess I knocked a while ago trying to figure out some things, and I don't even know where to start. Right. I feel that I've heard whispers, right, in my dreams, and I've received messages through my dreams. And then sometimes when I'm blocked, I send messages to other people and they come to me, and just some of the synchronicities that hit can
Mm-hmm.
overwhelm me. And I feel sometimes under I've questioned what my purpose is, right? I've I say that I've fluttered these different rooms or these different spaces with people, and I felt like I got caught in a war. And
You absolutely got caught in the war when you was born here this time. You were definitely in the middle of a war.
right. Um, but some of these other dreams I've experienced, my daughter experiences them as well. She wakes up and gives me messages. She's extremely gifted. I'm late to the game, right? I This is something that hit me.
Stop lying to yourself. You ain't late to the game. You came in right on time. You stop telling yourself you late to the game. Because that's delaying, it's creating a glitch in your vision.
Okay.
You right on time, you right in pace. You came when you supposed to came. You showed up on time.
I've come up I think I found myself in spaces where people have read more books than I, and some of the things that have come into my dreams I would speak to some people about, and I felt like I was being dumbed down, like I was delusional, right? There's things that I know that were being either sent to me or someone else, and I tried to give that message, and I don't think it was received. And I questioned, which I say I ask for forgiveness when I question, right? That, like, what is my purpose of knowing these things if people aren't going to?
So don't question that no more. Your job as a messenger is to deliver the message. You don't have to receive the message for them. You pass the message on. You're a relay.
Okay.
You the mail lady. You don't give a fuck what the bill say in that motherfucker. You gave them the bill.
Okay.
That's your part.
Okay.
What they do with their part, that's not your responsibility. It has nothing to do with you. Long as you do your part, you receive your reward from spirit for being obedient to what your heart told you to do.
But in relaying these messages, I feel like I had things thrown at me. I know for a fact I had things thrown.
Yes, you absolutely gonna have tomatoes strung up on you while you live on stage, outperforming the motherfucker that thought they was on the stage and found out they in the audience. Yes, they gonna throw motherfucking rotten tomatoes up at stage at you. You shining.
And then I feel like I got blamed because of what happened when they threw those.
Because they not gonna take accountability for doing their own dumb shit. I didn't only threw the motherfucking tomato because you was on stage and I thought I was on stage. Stop me. Don't be nobody whooping pad. Don't let no motherfucker fill your back with spikes. There's nowhere in the rule book where it say that you have to be a victim. But in order to be a victim, you have to consent to that.
Absolutely.
But it's not in the rule book that you have to be.
Okay.
The rule book say, let the gold in your heart shine into the world and become the light amongst men.
Thank you.
Stop asking for permission and start giving fucking orders. Stop taking the back seat when you a motherfucking driver. Gonna always be motherfucking fucked up when you don't take the leadership position and you got all of the qualifications and you following motherfuckers that ain't even got no skills. So how the fuck they gonna be qualified? Take a step back, go into the dark space of the self, turn off your lights, make up your own mind to be your own self leader and watch how others follow. Because when you learn what you need to know about yourself, that's going to empower you. You're going to affect other people because they're going to be drawn to that level of empowerment.
So I have this recent dream. I found myself, I was in a pool. I wrote about it on my page. I was in a pool and I was dressed in black lace with a veiled woman. And there was a creature that popped up and it called me. So I went below the surface, and under this surface, beautiful, it was rivers and waterfalls and trees, and it was just beautiful. And when I
You're
found,
describing the way Venus used to look before the Great War. You might be a Venusian.
I was
You
born on,
might be going through a past life regression. Venus was a water world before the war.
okay.
It was very feminine, just like Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And like the leaves they looked like the movie The Avatar.
It was similar. It definitely gave Avatar vibes.
Yeah.
And then when I got up, I heard the call again. She called me, and I rose. And when I rose, I was dressed in white translucent garments. And then when I came back up, she told me to go find James and Angel for guidance and direction. And I found myself in a school when I was questioning what I was doing there. When I went into the office to ask for James, Angel appeared, and Angel took me and guided me across this parking lot pointed me to across this parking lot to this like old building. And I went into this building. It was almost like a terminal. And there was gold numbers, and I'm hesitant to say where I was being directed just because I want to keep that private. But I seen where I was being directed, and I don't want to go into the frequency of fear, right? But I still questioned, what am I supposed to do with this gift? Because when I say I've had dreams where I was hit at one point, and I was hit by a car in a dream. And when I woke up, I had the bruise on my leg in the same spot that I was hit. So like that freaked me it freaked me out. And I called one of my reach out because she is extremely gifted where she's extremely gifted. Uncle Rod, what am I supposed to do? And then how do I discern if that message is for me or if that's for someone else? Because shortly after I got hit in my leg, a couple of days later, someone that I had just met, maybe within like a week or 2 times frame, their brother was hit by a car, a hit and run. So I don't know if that was like some type of premonition. And then I felt like I was too late because I didn't know where that message was supposed to go.
It wasn't for you to prevent it, or else you would have knew where the message was supposed to go. You needed to know it was going to happen so that you can know where your abilities are. You haven't, so it's a certain training, like warrior training, that I would ascribe for you to go through, right? So what I'm doing is I'm gonna have you inbox me because I would like to do this on a live and give you all of the book references and all of that stuff. I think that'd be cool, but it's some other stuff that I want to go into, and I need to look over a few other materials because I want to line up something that's going to empower you and also help you understand your gifts. When you understand them, you can control them better. The more you understand your gift, the better you can control it. And the better you can control it, the easier you can relay it to where it needs to be, and the accuracy will be uncanny. That would be the part that you would keep to yourself, because the accuracy level that you tuned in for can be so literal that it's almost as if you causing it to happen when you tell people, but it's already at play.
Right.
Right. So you need some psychic self-defense lessons. You need some warrior training, and shit, I'd send your ass to boot camp for physical fitness and mental challenge. Because once you get your confidence level to where your spiritual level is, watch out, world.
Thank
You
you.
got the gift, but you still don't understand how you're supposed to use it because you still don't trust yourself to use it correctly. Because you know in your heart of hearts with great power comes great responsibility, and that's what you're running from.
Because I get in trouble. Spirit snatches me fuck up. When I don't do right, I get snatched. So I listen. But when I get in trouble. I know I do.
Yeah, you straight though. You on, and you say your daughter got the same abilities?
She does.
How old is she?
She's 5.5.
You start training with her. She's gonna empower you by teaching her how to harness hers. And I'll tell you what to do.
So I tell her sometimes where to go. And I also tell her who to go to. And when I knew that things were coming my way, that were being thrown at us, she travels. And I've tried to keep her from traveling by doing like gridding her bed and things like that. But when I tried to do that, she would come into my room the day.
Yeah, nightmares.
And like she even woke up I want to say a week ago and told me something, and I was just like, okay, Okay.
So my son used to panic when he traveled because he's seen in the spirit realm, he's seen giant zombies fighting giant robots.
Hmm.
And this was the conflict going on in the spiritual warfare on, I think, sixth dimension at that time.
So I'm not educated on the dimensions, but I know that there's like, I even woke up yesterday or today and I was just like, something happened and I'm tired. I'm tired. I was fighting. I know I was. Um, and
Because your highest expression is a warrior. And that's why you need warrior training to bring it to the forefront.
I wrote this like this. This is what I say often. You wrote this
Yep.
like really?
This is exactly right out your book of life. You've been being soft on yourself because you don't want to push yourself to be as great as you could be.
I know. I know. I know what to do to, I know in some instances when I need to gain clarity or have like a very clear dream, I know exactly what to do. And I do find myself, I have found myself sabotaging that. And that has, I know that that comes with doing more shadow, right? But I feel I've been tired. I've been tired and I've put in a lot of work. And I know more work that needs to be done.
Right
But
now, start with this. Get a Tai Chi instructional video for children and do that with your daughter as a bonding exercise between the two of y'all. Then also take spiritual baths.
I do those.
And well, now it's getting cold. So for grounding,
Mm-hmm.
you'll get potting soil
Mm-hmm.
and pack it down in the box,
Mm-hmm.
and you put your feet in there in the house, like you soak it in water, only
Mm-hmm.
you sitting on the dirt.
So that there was one time I woke up real early and Spirit told me to go to the ocean. And so I started getting dressed and it was like, no, you need to get in the ocean. I'm it's like 50 some degrees outside. Like get in the ocean. So I bundled up and I went and I prayed and I sat on the beach and I heard like go in. So I went in and I felt like this cleansing, right? And as I was traveling home, my best friend called me and she said, I had a dream. I had a dream that you were you were having a home birth and you were giving birth in the water, but your doula, your midwife called and said that you were having complications and you had to go to the hospital. And I literally just started bawling, right? Because the purpose of me going, I knew that there was something that was on me that I had to get off, right? Something that I needed to release. And it was just, I love when I have those messages, right, that come and that confirmation that comes from someone else that's like, you are on your right path. You are doing what you're supposed to be doing. I just know that I need to be running. Yeah.
That's okay. So when you start running and the wind blow on you,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna bring your memories that you're looking for back.
Okay.
They caught in the atmosphere, and you already subconsciously know running is what's going to open up your gifts.
Okay.
Yeah. But inbox me. I'm gonna need a couple of days to put a program together. But the Tai Chi and the spiritual baths and the grounding is the first steps. And do it with your daughter as a team sport, because she's going to inspire you, and that's going to boost your confidence because you her protector, her teacher and her guardian, and you teaching her what you learning in real time. So you giving her all of the tools. By the time she get your age,
Mm.
she might be able to walk on air.
She's her started that I take note, right? She woke up one day, she was like, Paul Rain is he was in a storm. We have to call him. I'm like, okay. She was like, no, we have to call him. I'm like, okay. She called her Paul Rain, and sure enough, he was like, who told you that? She's like, He was like, I was in a storm driving, and it was raining, and I was extremely scared. You know, and she's told me some other things where I trust what she says. I listen to my 5-year-old sometimes. Absolutely.
Right, because the ancestors can come through elders and the youth easier than they can us in the prime of life, because we be so cluttered with life that we can't hear them.
Right.
And that's why I say practice self-talk, so you can recognize when your higher self talking to you versus one of your ancestors that's going to try to take some of your power away. You can check them to cure generational curses. And then all of the ancestors that's about the right thing, they going to back you up because they over there where you at. So you can't physically slap him in the head, but they can.
Okay. Before you dismiss.
So as soon as you call them on their shit, because they're going to come through and try to influence you, you can take another drink. And you like, that's not my voice. Who the hell is that? Oh, that's Uncle Charles. That alcoholic motherfucker trying to get me drunk.
I'm going to show
So
you.
I can feed his energy.
I'm going to picture. I want to see if you recognize him.
Okay. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Since you mentioned the chicken plant, that's why I was wondering. So,
Yeah.
but
Hey, you mentioned going to the ocean. I started laughing because when I was staying in Georgetown, right, we went down to Rehoboth Beach.
Right. I live, yeah. I live nearby.
So I got drunk, right, and dive my ass in the ocean.
I've definitely done that before.
Hold up. The next morning, I woke up. I had sand in my eyes, right? And it had made this crust all over my eyes. And when I peeled the crust out, I was like, ew. Hey, look, I had sand in my ears, sand in my nose, sand in my mouth.
I mean, we go to the beach year round. So we go to the beach for year round. They're sand everywhere. In my truck, it's just the way of life for us. So.
Is Ocean City still jumping?
I don't go down to Ocean City much. I stay close to like Lewis, Dewey, Rehoboth area. So Ocean City is. So like secrets and things like that.
Yeah, I want to go down there again. I had a blast last time I went.
Come on over. Come on.
Yeah, that's a tempting offer.
Yeah. I can set you. There's some places I can set you up. I thank you. And I will inbox you. I thank you for your time. I've been following you. Can't recall when I came across you, but I thank you. I do.
I appreciate it. And make it worth it to receive the gratitude. I went through a time where motherfuckers used to just want me to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
They ask me a question, and then when I tell them the truth, they get mad, and they want me to shut the fuck up. That's not the script you supposed to run. I ain't no Christian, I ain't no Muslim, I ain't no Jew. I'm goddamn feather wearing, truth telling motherfucker. So if you can't handle the truth, I can't cater to your feelings. Hey.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
What you up to?
I'm trying to find the cap to this.
You trying to find the cap to that? Did you look under the couch where you was playing it?
I have my own little white tent. Want to see the creations I made?
You know this shit make my day right.
No.
That's how you
So-
know. That's how you know when your goodness is seen. When the children want to show you what they doing.
Mhm.
They ain't gonna fake it.
They're not, and they're not. Is that what you're doing right now? You gonna show?
Ooh, what you paint there? What you draw? Tell me what you drew. What's that one? What you call it?
I don't know yet. I'm still
You
trying
don't know yet?
to round it up.
It's right here, my left.
Okay.
You just doodling. You gotta shut that door because it's loud. So there was one dream that I had that woke me up out of my sleep. And it took me months. This happened in November, okay? And I tried to figure out, so I was listening to a song on repeat. And it was a song that was created by someone that was close to me. And when I found myself in a bathroom, and I was like looking in the stalls, and then when I turned around, there was this creature, and it was like, it was hunched over. It almost gave me like what is that show, like I don't, like Stranger Things. It was all black, but it was trying to give me something.
Maybe it was a black cat?
It was not a black cat.
What did it look like?
I just described it. It was like, it was a creature. It was a figure. So like when it tried to hand me, like when I turned around, it startled me so much that like I woke up out of my sleep. I was like, I remember gasping, but like I was still foggy as if I had traveled somewhere. And I went back to sleep, but I felt like I had came up from somewhere. And I told the person who had created the song what happened. And he didn't give me, he was just like, I think I know, but I'm gonna leave it to you to try to figure out. Months and months and months go by, and like I keep on like going back to this dream. Like I'm trying to figure out like what that figure was. And I came across someone's post because I ended up going to a class.
I think I know what it is. What shape was
it? But I don't know, baby. I'm not sure.
Did it kind of look like us, but it was, did it look like this?
It was hunched over. It was crawling. It tried to give me something. So when it tried to give me something, when I woke up, I sat, well, in the morning, I sat with it, and I was just like, not with it, but I sat with the vision or whatever that you want to call it. And I was like, I wanted to heal it. I wanted to heal it. Like it startled me, but I wasn't scared of it. I just wanted to heal it.
Mm-hmm.
Someone posted something, can't remember like the person, but they talked about not the tree of life. What's the bottom portion called of the tree of life?
That's the roots.
So I discovered based on, I don't even know how I even found myself down this rabbit hole, but I was able to name that particular demon. I was able to name that particular demon because of some of the conversations that had occurred, and
What did you name it?
I'm not calling it by name. I'm not giving it that authority, like, because when I found out what it was and I said it out loud, I ended up hitting my leg. And then when I was doing research, it said that if this demon knows that you have figured it out, it'll end up hurting your leg. It was interesting. So I ended up reaching out to the person, and I finally told them we were no longer in contact. And I said, was this something that was sent to you or to me. I sent an email. They never answered me back, but it was more so like, you got the message. This is what it was. I explained like exactly why, like how I determined what it was based on its connections to France and the fact that its enemy was Mary Magdalene and all these other different synchronicities that aligned with how I figured out what it was. And
What was it?
I just said I'm not. It was something that wasn't good. It was something that wasn't good.
I want to know. Please, I won't tell my friends at school.
Yeah.
Please tell me.
So, you brought up France.
The cat.
France is the home of Paris.
Yes.
Paris is the Parthenon of Isis.
I already showed him. Say that again for me, please.
The Parthenon of Isis, that's the name, or Par-Isis is the name of Paris. Paris is the short version of the name.
You're gonna have to. You lost me there.
Paris
Mm-hmm.
is the name of Paris is not Paris. That's the short form.
Okay.
The actual name is Parthenon of Isis,
Parthenon of Isis.
which means great city of Isis. In Paris, there's a monument called the Eiffel Tower.
Right.
That's a homonym. I fell. And the tower is there to commemorate a treaty. That's where we got stabbed in the back. It's called the Paris Accord. Paris Accord was the agreement between two corporations to do business together over here in harmony. Or as they say, in peace and friendship. These two corporations, one was a merger for the Create the United States Corporation, Inc. It was called the Northwest Trading Company and the Virginia Company. It became known as United States Corporation, Inc. and signed a trade agreement with the Royal Moroccan Company. These is the people that came over here as conquistadors and as French noble exiles from Europe. They believed that none of us would know the difference between them or us at the close of the age. Therefore, they would have a valid and viable claim to Earth and to the Americas because we would have forfeited our right of ownership by not taking ownership and taking the authority to reconstruct or restore the land, the water, and the air by following the Great Law. Well, they was wrong. So they lost. We won. Right? So now we watch the stage show play out as they suck their last little sips of power from the bottom of their motherfucking communion cups.
Look like it's gonna be an all night of going down the rabbit hole.
Look, I'm gonna take one more person in before I go, but inbox me. I'm gonna put you together a program.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right.
You got me.
I got you. So also, I think Notre Dame University is in France, where they use academics to come up with the slave narrative. That's why the slave ship that they be drawing that we supposed to have been packed on like sardines is a perfect overlay for Notre Dame University because it was derived from the blueprint of the university that the academic miseducation program will be instituted. You gotta give you a way to figure it out, but they don't gotta tell you. That's why Notre Dame got his ass lit up. The cathedral. Hey,
Hi,
how you doing?
good and you?
I'm good. Where you calling from?
Patterson, well, New Jersey.
Patterson, New Jersey?
Yeah, I spoke to you like probably like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I remember.
Mhm. I have a question. I had a dream about me being on a plane and all of a sudden a kid hand just got attached to my hand. I don't know if I grabbed him or he just grabbed me. And the guy that had him was like, "Oh, I was gonna bring him to his mother or something," and then he just started walking up the getting off the plane or something. Then he tried to grab another kid, and then I said, "Hey, let him go," and then he ended up dropping him and running off. And I'm supposed to be going on a to DR soon, so I was wondering what type of significance does that have?
Well, it might not be related at all because the way you described the dream is you was in a plane
Mhm.
and either when you was sitting next to a kid and the kid grabbed your hand or either you grabbed the kid hand.
Mhm.
All right, that's a mother response. You got children?
No, I got just nephews and a little sister.
Okay, so you could have been with your little sister or your nephews or niece or whatever,
You
right?
said you said what again?
You could have been somewhere with your nephew's niece or something, whatever the case may be. But you protect her. You the protector.
Mhm. Okay.
When they with you, you feel like they under your protection.
Yeah. Also, I had another dream, but it's kind of strange in a way because I've been trying to like get my family back together, but it's like they don't want to come together because it's like it's molesters in my family, like more than two, more than three. So people don't want to contact each other or don't even want to talk to each other because I called one out, and the family, they just separated.
Well, fuck them.
Yeah.
At that point, the ones that's with you, the rest of them, fuck them.
Mhm.
Because we not doing that in this next go round. Ain't none of that secret squirrel tuck the molester away so he's safe and sound to do it again. Fuck that shit. No.
Yeah.
You either gonna stop him while he's young or he gonna get dealt with.
Yeah. It's a lot.
So under them conditions, you ain't got to kiss nobody ass. Just go on and do what you do with the family you got. And the motherfuckers that want to support the molesters, oh well, they can
Yeah.
get a molester's reward. Stinking motherfuckers, fuck them.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking because my sisters, we don't want to contact them or and the kids they don't really know their cousins or anything because they be by the molesters. So it's like it's kind of hard because it's just three of them, and it's all like older women like me and my other sisters and my mother. So it's really really just us, like a handful.
Yeah, so fuck them people.
Hmm.
Look, anybody, we breaking these generational curses and we stopping this shit now. This is not okay. On this generation that's coming up as the elders now, we unilaterally across the board say fuck the molesters.
Hmm.
I don't know none of them that support them. All that old keep the good the don't tell nobody on the bad man so the good man don't get punished. Punish our ass.
Hmm.
Ain't no more of that secret. Fuck that secret squirrel shit. And you don't have to be subject to anybody that supports and condone that shit.
And sometimes I have dreams in a way where I feel as though like it's like someone was covering up, but I don't want to think that they was because it'd be even more heartbreaking. So sometimes I don't know how to interpret my dream in a way and what it's to say. I don't know if I'm projecting my my fear or my my negative thoughts, but I'm still trying to learn and just
Okay,
figure it out.
so this is the rule. If it's evidence to support how you feel, then it ain't just how you feel alone. But if you don't have no reason to feel that way with no evidence to support it, that's just you feeling some kind of way.
Yeah, that's what I figured too.
But if what's real is what's real,
Hmm.
you know, and we not supporting that shit, we not condoning that shit, and we ain't shutting the fuck up about that shit until motherfuckers straighten the fuck up. That's why we go into the matriarchal system, because the women surround the children and the men surround the women, and anybody get to them kids, be done went through hell first.
Yeah. And can I ask one more question? Is
Hmm.
it's about me seeing stuff like in the clouds and stuff. Like I see unicorn shapes like clouds and
Those spirit
man
messages.
on a horse, and I see a whole bunch of stuff like a whole bunch. I even got a picture. I want to send it to you, but I don't want to creep out or I don't know what it is or anything like that. But I don't know if I like if it's okay to send it to you or
Yeah,
not.
just send it to me and say, Ryan, what is this?
Okay, because there's many faces inside of it, and so I'm gonna send you it and stuff. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate everything that you're doing.
Okay. Thank you, sweetie. Yeah, I ain't finna support none of that bullshit. Fuck them people. You ain't if you can't protect these kids, then you ain't got no right being here. Peace, God.
Peace, God.
Where you chiming in from?
Right now I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, or Lithonia, I should say.
ATL in the building.
Yeah, yeah. One question I had was about like you say, the Hayoka. Like you go into a little few details about them here and there, but I was wondering if you could get more in depth.
What you want to know about them? What do you
So,
think you're missing?
so like, where exactly they from?
All of the tribes could produce a Hayoka.
Mm.
It's called the Sacred Clown. And
Oh,
the reason why they call him the Sacred Clown or the Madman, right, is because normally he's so far ahead of everybody else he sound crazy,
mm.
right? So when they by the time they catch up to where he at, he be that much further ahead of them still.
Yeah.
So the elders learned to listen to what they were saying and created the Hayoka priesthood around those ones that was being born into the families. And they break generational curses, and they also come as evolved spirits to teach certain life lessons to humanity at different levels.
Mm. Okay. Okay. For sure. And my woman, she busy right now, but she be having a few dreams that she wanted deciphered. I be trying to give her a little gist. But all right, that was about it for me right now. Thank you for
Okay. I gotta go roll me up something for this next for this next live coming up.
That one, man. All right, man. Peace, God.
All right, peace. All right, y'all. I'm about to cut out so I can have time to roll me up a fatty before Brother Rich send me my invite. So, I don't know. He probably keep me an hour or two. I might come back on a little later after that. So, but I'm doing to his Patreon for anybody that's got his Patreon. That's what he gonna send me an invite to, and we do the Patreon because he asked me about stuff that YouTube and Instagram and Facebook are blocking for. I can talk about that shit over there. So we about to dig into some ass tonight. I'm about to rip a motherfucker straight from asshole to appetite. So peace to the guys, Nerfs. We back at it again. The motherfucking clan of motherfucking gorillas, gorilla knocking across the land. The crooked man walking zigzag zig, knocking to a knockback on a C Nation off of a treetop, flipping the Pyrook with the C on his side. And here we go again. Here we go again. Peace to the Lords, peace to the Stones, peace to the folks. Here we go. Here we go. All clans on deck. Peace, fam.